Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is really trying to break this major trendline resistance, but unfortunately most will miss the entire move. Let me now show you why, because you're first of all going to see Bitcoin yesterday definitely got some kind of a push towards the upside, trying to already break this major trend line. However, we got a rejection back towards the downside. But why so? Remember from our yesterday's video, we went from our swing high back to the swing low using the Fibonacci retracement tool, and you're going to see we hit the most important Fibonacci ratio, the golden pocket, at approximately 92,000 US dollar area, and this specific golden pocket was also aligning beautifully with the point of control with the biggest volume cluster when we are measuring the entire bottom price action. So clearly Bitcoin hit a very important area of resistance. And also remember from yesterday, when we go with our Ehler stochastic CG oscillator on the 4-hour time frame, we were forming a brand new double top pattern, bearish Bitcoin indication, and of course clearly Bitcoin got another push towards the downside. But right now the question is, are we going to be able to get another push towards the upside and finally a successful breakout out of our major trendline resistance? For now, I do remain in all of my long trades on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and also Solana. And of course also on the rejection back down, my trading bots, they were actually buying the dip. But of course, right now we need to see if Bitcoin is finally able to get a major breakout right here. Of course, there is a very simple strategy when it comes to trading support and resistance levels. The more times we retest a specific level, the higher the likelihood of a successful breakout. So if we are right now identifying our trend line, connecting this specific high with a lower high, the first test of the trend line was at approximately 94,000 US dollars only a couple of days ago. Yesterday, we tried breaking the level once again, but of course, if we are right now going to be trading exactly at this specific area, literally for the entire day today, or maybe even for the next couple of days, definitely the probability is going to be even higher that Bitcoin finally does get a successful breakout out of the major trend line right here. Additionally, what is then going to be another area of resistance you should really pay attention to? Because remember from yesterday, I definitely share with you that we do have a golden Fibonacci ratio, another one, at approximately 98,000 US dollars. However, what if we right now zoom out even more and go with another trend line? In this scenario, we are going to be connecting the all-time high right here with the lower high that was formed only a few months ago right here, and you can actually right now see another major diagonal area of resistance on Bitcoin is going to come in, of course, if we right to get a breakout slightly earlier than our golden Fibonacci ratio. And for us to go towards the golden Fibonacci ratio, technically speaking, we need to break our diagonal level, but of course, breaking a diagonal level right here, such an important one when we created using the all-time high and the lower high, in my opinion, it is actually going to be quite a significant bullish Bitcoin indication. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be looking for a short trade at the golden Fibonacci ratio right here, but nevertheless, if we are going to be then going towards our golden pocket, breaking our trend line, going with a short position, sure, it is still going to be a valid trading setup. However, I am definitely then going to be looking to take some profits already once we are going to be getting some kind of a bullish retest, let's just say at approximately 93,000 US dollar area. But also right now, why ideally I am looking for Bitcoin to finally break our first trendline resistance towards the upside, maybe even in the upcoming days, simply because when we go again with our Ehler stochastic CG oscillator, remember what we said before, a double top pattern is a bearish Bitcoin indication. A double bottom pattern is going to be a bullish indication, especially if it is going to be formed on the daily time frame. And the last time we got a double bottom pattern on the Ehlers on the daily, it was back in June 2025. Bitcoin bottomed right here, another major push up towards another all-time high. Also right here, double bottom pattern on the daily, major push towards the upside on the Bitcoin price itself. So if we are going to be able right now to get another very slight push down, which it looks like potentially we are going to get in the upcoming days, double bottom pattern, major bullish Bitcoin indication. And this is right now why I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button because 1000 likes are really possible. And of course, also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Now, let me share with you what if Bitcoin does not continue higher, and of course in this scenario my long trades right here unfortunately are not going to be anymore in a profit. However, I want you to definitely be prepared for both scenarios in a case Bitcoin actually does get a rejection from where we are as right now, and we do actually get another major push towards downside. Because remember, already a few days ago, I did share with you a bearish Elliot wave count, where we said we got the first impulse right here, we got a correction, another impulse right now potentially, Bitcoin might be forming some kind of a correction, and of course, if we do continue lower, get a rejection at our major diagonal area of resistance, in this scenario, we are then simply forming our fifth Elliot wave, which is then going to mean another lower low is then in this scenario very likely. So when we right now zoom in, let's just say on the 1 hourly time frame, we can then also talk about our impulsive structure towards downside. And yes, I'm going to share with you the exact level that I really don't want to be broken back down, because if we break it, major bearish sign and definitely a sign of weakness. But what we can right now say, if Bitcoin is right now actually going to go lower and we are going to get another major breakdown back towards downside, and we are right now actually forming our bigger fifth Elliot wave. In this scenario, of course, we can already talk about our bearish Elliot wave count, where we can right now say, we got right here the first impulse, we got a correction. And right now, the next candle, it really needs to be a significant and a very big red candle back towards downside. Then, of course, we are going to know probably we are forming the third Elliot wave, then, of course, also the fourth one, and of course, also the fifth one, finishing our bigger fifth Elliot wave right here. So what is going to be the target of our third Elliot wave if we are going to get a sign of weakness, maybe even in the next few hours? The reality is we need to go with our Fibonacci extension levels, going right now and measuring the entire first impulse. That being said, we go from our swing high back towards the swing low, back towards the swing high, and we need to go with only one important Fibonacci extension level, which is going to be our 1.618. And yes, the target is going to be quite low at approximately $81,700 for our third Elliot wave. Then of course we might be expecting some kind of a bounce towards the upside, and after the fourth one is finished, another fifth wave, finishing also the bigger fifth Elliot wave straight towards downside. At least as of right now, this is not my main scenario because we are not getting a sign of weakness just yet. However, if we are going to break a very important support area, maybe even in the next few hours, definitely lower targets on Bitcoin are going to be on the table. However, at least as right now, we are not getting this specific sign of weakness, and also right now it still looks like our exponential moving averages are being very close together. So what does that exactly mean? It really means that Bitcoin is at the moment not really moving in a significant uptrend and also not in a significant downtrend. On the 1 hourly, 50 and 200 EMA are very close together. The same thing is right now also happening on the 2 hourly time frame. Yes, on the 4 hourly, it does look slightly more bearish because 50 EMA is below 200 EMA and they're still right now being quite far from each other, but nevertheless, I would say like that. At the moment, it is quite hard to say if Bitcoin does get another major pump towards the upside or another major push towards the downside, getting another rejection at our trend line right here. However, paying attention to some of the indicators, maybe of course they can actually help us to determine if we are going to get a push up or major push towards downside. However, if you right now want to trade with us, definitely make sure you're taking an advantage of the free $30,000 bonus with the first link down below, because Bybit Exchange is right now giving to you only after you register with the first link right here, 20 USDT completely for free. You register, you get 20 USDT. You deposit at least $100, you get another 20 USDT, and of course also when you're going to open up your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses. So take advantage of the free bonuses using the first link down below after you register and after initial deposit. Now, let me share with you what the indicators are right now saying to us, and then of course also what is going to be the first major sign of weakness if Bitcoin right now does actually continue its way much lower. First of all, you're actually going to notice that the CVD indicator, the yellow line right here, is looking nothing but bearish. Yes, we are right now getting another significant lower low on this specific indicator, while Bitcoin is still getting a higher low. What does it mean? It means selling pressure is coming in the market, but the selling pressure is not able to push the price lower. Higher low on Bitcoin, lower low on the CVD, bullish divergence, bullish indication, bullish absorption. And this right here, of course, it right now means that when we pay attention to the CVD indicator, Bitcoin does have a higher probability of pushing once again towards the upside. And of course, also something we were already mentioning yesterday, our liquidations on the 3-day time frame are definitely going to be literally straight above our higher highs at approximately 93,000 US dollar area. Also, when we are zooming out on the 2-week time frame, our liquidations, our biggest liquidations, are not below the recent lows anymore, but actually exactly above the recent highs, where approximately 200 million of short positions are going to get liquidated if Bitcoin does get another push towards the upside. And of course, this right here is definitely also going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. But also right now, what is going to be our very important area of support I'm right now paying attention to, where we can then say, okay, Bitcoin is not looking as bullish anymore, let's look for another push towards upside. And as you probably know, we are right now still trading in some kind of a horizontal range. Losing the bottom of the range where we are as right now, in my opinion, is going to be the first sign of weakness. Why so? Because in this scenario, we are then also going to lose the value area low, the bottom volume support level that is coming in literally exactly at the bottom of our horizontal range. Losing this specific area, it is unfortunately going to be the first sign of weakness. However, let me right now also share with you another channel that Bitcoin has been respecting for the past few days. And you probably already know that yes, on the 1 hourly and 2 hourly time frame, when we are connecting our higher lows, expanding the channel towards this specific high, Bitcoin is right now still trading in some kind of an ascending channel. And yes, if we are going to get a push down right here, we still do have some kind of a local area of support at approximately 86,600 US dollar area. Additionally, what we can right here do also, when we go with our channel, connecting not the higher lows actually, but we are going to connect our higher highs here with another diagonal area of resistance, expanding this one towards the low. You can notice another support level coming in at approximately 85,700 US dollar area. And then of course, what is usually the most important Fibonacci ratio we should always pay attention to, of course, it is going to be a golden pocket. We go from the swing low back towards the swing high. Another golden Fibonacci ratio coming in approximately at the bottom of both of those ascending channels. And of course, also right here, we need to identify another liquidity level coming in almost exactly at our golden Fibonacci ratio, almost exactly at the bottom of both of those channels right here. So definitely, even if Bitcoin right now does get another push down, it is going to be very, very important to see how fast we are moving towards upside. Because if the move is going to look very, very impulsive, in this scenario, we definitely are talking about a bigger 5-wave price structure towards upside. However, if the move is going to look choppy, we hit our support area right here, we get a nice reaction after taking the liquidity below our recent lows right here, bullish indication for Bitcoin, and in this case, no, I am not paying attention to the bigger 5-wave price structure. I'm actually going to look for a bigger bounce back towards the upside, and for Bitcoin to then finally break our major diagonal area of resistance, looking then for much higher price targets. This is right why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 30,000 US dollar bonus with the first link down below right here, because only after you're going to register, you're going to get 20 USDT, you deposit at least $100, you get another 20 USDT, and of course also, when you're going to open up your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses. But of course also, if you want to copy my exact trading bots, you can right now create an account on Pionex right here, and then deploying the bots with this specific link. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.